Hello, hello. It's time for May's report card. Okay, so here's the thing. I did not do an April report card. Believe it or not, I did record one. I just didn't get around to editing the video and posting it. Fine, it's fine. I didn't have a lot going on in April anyway, so it was just sort of a lot of talking for no reason. But May was a busy month. We call May mayhem in my family, because there's always a lot going on between birthdays, anniversaries, Mother's Day, etc. And that was just, I'm not going to say exacerbated, because that's exacerbated makes it sound like it's a bad thing, but that was even more, we're going to say blessed with just a bunch of other fun things that happened during the month. So let's get into it. So if you did not know what report card is, it's REPORT. It stands for reading, eating, planning, obsessing, recommending, and your treat for the month. So to get started, we're going to talk a little bit about what I am reading. So I was on the brink of burnout probably around mid-May. So I took about a half a day off on a Friday and just did some exploring, went out, found some things. The first of which was Sincerely Yours bookstore out in Smyrna. This is where I got my first book. It's a really cute bookstore. It's super pink, super cottagecore, girly. You can kind of tell their bread and butter is sort of the romance, fantasy smut of it all. But I got this book called The Amalfi Curse, which is more of a sci-fi, history, mystery type of book. I have not started it, so I'm not technically reading it, but it is on the to-do list. And then shortly after, because I was in Smyrna, I went over to Vinings to go to the Read Shop. It is a coffee shop bookstore. They have some really good books, specifically design books, and they had this mocktail book that was pretty comparable to what you would find on Amazon. I'm not going to pretend like I'm somebody that doesn't go into bookstores and quickly Googles how much they are on Amazon. I do that often. That doesn't mean I don't buy from smaller retailers, obviously, or independent retailers. But went ahead and picked this one up. It's called Dry, Delicious Handcrafted Cocktails and Other Clever Concoctions. But obviously it's a book for mocktails. So that was pretty cool. Speaking of the Read Shop, we're moving into eating. They right now have a blueberry muffin syrup. It's a mix of syrups, but it imitates a blueberry muffin flavor. I got it in a chai. I got it right before I went to get my nails done. Amazing. 10 out of 10, no notes. It's great. Is it probably full of sugar and calories? Absolutely, but worth it. I went and got it last Friday again because it was just that good. And honestly, I might ask what the recipe is so I can start making it at home. Other things that I've been eating, we'll talk a little bit more down the road, but I posted my reel of the food that I ate while I was at Disney and Universal a few weekends ago, so check that out. I also did make a reel of my Friday afternoon off, so I'll link all of that in the caption so you can see what the Sincerely Yours bookshop and the Read bookshop looks like. Okay, in terms of P, what have I been playing? No games, but I will say I've been playing Miss Influencer. So let's talk about it because I want to give credit to myself for the month of May. We're going to start by talking about the fact that I am now an Ulla Henriksen ambassador. When did that happen? I don't know. I don't remember applying for it. But one day I randomly got an email and was like, don't forget to post your video. And I messaged them back and I was like, for what? As it turns out, my office had lost one of my packages. Really excited because I was going to buy this and this is $22, so I saved myself a couple of bucks. But recently just posted these two products. Chef's Kiss. I did have a minor reaction to this one, but I have really sensitive skin and it was about time for something to have a minor reaction to it. But this, the Pout Preserve, 10 out of 10. Another sort of huge thing that happened in the month of May is that YouTube hosted their Creator Collective event here in Atlanta at Westside Motor Lounge, and I was blessed enough to get an invite to this event. It was kind of like a sign up and you get to go, but regardless, I feel special because I got to go and it was amazing. I met lots of really cool creators. That video is still on the pipeline to be like edited and posted. Hopefully this Wednesday, that's what I have on my calendar. But nothing really made me feel quite like an influencer than getting invited to that event. That's kind of the big leagues. You know, getting invited by brands is all cool and all. When you get invited by the social media, like, companies themselves, that's a whole other level of, like, you got to get your shit together. That's why my nails ended up done, because I was like, there were all sorts of beautifying rituals that were happening at the last minute. Like, eyebrows finally got done. And it was crazy because that was the Tuesday before I left for Universal. So that week right before my birthday, we were firing on all cylinders. It was crazy. But I'm forever grateful that I got to attend the event. I think it really did put in perspective to me that I can't, like, because April was good, but I slacked off a little bit. And May was slacking off a little bit because, of course, it was mayhem. And it really put in perspective, like, get back on it because people are noticing. So, YouTube Creator Collective event. And then another thing to sort of close out the month, which has a little bit of a backstory. So, a few weeks ago, I went to Sip Shop Eat here in Atlanta. Overall, I thought it was a pretty decent event. Would I pay to go like I did this year? No. But while I was there was a vendor called the Little Sober Bar who was selling mocktails. Of course, I went up, was videoing things. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm like a sober influencer. Here's my page. Love you guys. Let me get a mocktail. And then they followed me. I followed them back. And then a few days later, they were like, hey, we're hosting a festival in Woodstock. Do you want to come as media? And I was like, yes. Yes. So this past weekend, my husband, my dog, and I packed up in my car, drove out to Woodstock, and we attended the Not Atypical Festival hosted by the Little Sober Bar. It was really fun. It was a fun event. It was nice. It was a beautiful day in Georgia. The sun finally came out after what felt like 40 days and 40 nights of rain. And there were like really fun vendors. There was live music and entertainment. And of course, the Little Sober Bar themselves had like their mobile bar set up. So that was more on that a little bit in this video. But that was a really fun event. I have posted a reel about that. So I will once again link that in the caption. Okay, now we're moving on to obsessing. There are 3 things that I really were obsessed with during the month of May. The first one was Cutie Gatwa as the 15th Doctor. Now, spoiler alert, he regenerated this past weekend. I have lots of feelings about it, mostly grief and anger. More on that if I ever do like a Doctor Who episode. But I really had started to love Cutie as the Doctor. And I feel like this season was really getting back into the momentum of like good Doctor Who. And the last episode sort of fell flat. And then he regenerated. So, rip the 15th Doctor, gone but never forgotten, always in my heart. The other thing that I've been obsessing over, my sister bought me a CD player. So, like, at the beginning of the month, my family asked, like, what do you want for your birthday? Because, fun fact, my birthday is at the end of May, and so is the Blooming Babes. And I was like, a CD player. And I sort of said it in passing, but then a CD player showed up at my door. So yeah, I've sort of been obsessing over it. There's something like good nostalgia about it. Like I turned on the CD player yesterday and like sat on the floor to reorganize my makeup brushes, throw some out, put some new ones in. And it felt very nostalgic. It felt like being like 14 again, chilling in my room. I don't know. It was just a nice feeling. It was nice. The one thing about it, like, and I've been saying this for a while, like, bring back the iPod. Bring back the iPod Nano. There's something nice about not always having my phone in my hand to, like, play music, listen to music, all of that fun stuff. Watch TV, all of that. It's just nice not to constantly have my phone in my hand. So, been obsessing over the CD player. Yes, I do have CDs. I got them at the Cobb County Library book sale back in March. And then there has to be some at home because I used to still have CDs even through college. So gotta go find those so I can start my CD collection again. And then the last thing I've been obsessing with, one second, because this is gonna take both hands probably. When I said that I took the Friday off, this is not all of this, but this is some of what that Friday also entailed was perfume shopping. So I'll tell you a little bit about what the perfumes are and why I'm obsessed with all of them in my hand. So let me start by saying this. I'm trying to figure out what were the first three that I bought. Those were the first three that I bought. Towards the end of last year, everybody was trying to predict what the like fragrances were going to be, like the fragrance popularity was going to be this year, like what was going to be popular, and everybody was saying like more gourmand, more gourmand, more gourmand. I am not the biggest gourmand fan. Specifically, I don't want to smell like a cupcake because a lot of gourmands to me, they don't smell like a freshly baked from scratch cupcake. They smell like a Little Debbie. They smell like a Swiss cake roll, which is not, look, I'll eat a Swiss cake roll. But Swiss cake rolls also taste like chemicals, and sometimes really heavy gourmand perfumes to me smell more like chemicals than they do like the actual fragrance they're supposed to be. So color me surprised when we went through like the spring and the fragrance companies were announcing their scents. And yes, they're still gourmand, but they really lean into the fruity of it all. And if you know me, if you've been following me for a while, and if you don't, let me remind y'all, fruity scents is where it's at for me. My perfume collection is called the Fruit Basket because I love fruity scents. I've been collecting them primarily as like my go-to for the 5+ years that I've been, smelling fragrances. So because I had a little time off and my husband gave me some money to go shopping, went over to Sephora to smell some of the new releases. I have a video on that. We'll once again put it in the caption. But there were some clear winners that day. 2 clear winners and then 1 wild card. Guava Granita by Ellis Brooklyn. I am absolutely obsessed with this scent. Obsessed. It smells like a tropical drink. It smells like tropical candy. It's delicious. The other one that I've been eyeing for a while that I've really wanted to smell was Flower Bomb Tiger Lily by Viktor and Rolf. Now, Viktor and Rolf's Flower Bomb was my everyday scent for a hot minute. So I was like, I've heard good things about the flanker. Let me smell it. And let me tell you, another tropical scent, the tiger lily that's in it is really bright. Like it smells like summer. It smells like the sun. So I've been absolutely obsessing over this. And then there was a wild card, which was Daisy Wild, which is more of like a green floral scent. And it's really soft. I do love a soft scent. A soft floral, I'm here for it. So like this one, I smelled it and I picked it up because this could be another everyday scent. Or something to take with me on vacation. Now, what happened with the other ones was that like I ended up going back to Sephora like the next week, and I found out I remembered I had a gift card, so we ended up getting 2 more. This is Nest Santa Barbara Strawberry. I've been wearing this one out. It doesn't look like it, but my goodness, this is my favorite strawberry scent. I feel like it's like if I had mixed Strawberry Letter by Fleur and Clean Strawberry Scent, it would give us something close to this, but not as good as this. This is it's bright, but it's still earthy, but it's still juicy. I love it. I got it in the body mist and not the oil because I just don't do fragrance oils that often. So yeah. And then the next one was the 7 Virtues Clementine Dream. Let me make sure I'm saying that right. Yeah, Clementine Dream. And this is probably the most gourmand you're going to get out of, maybe outside of the KLE fragrances. But this one smells just like an orange dreamsicle. And I don't know, something about the smell of an orange dreamsicle it screams summer. Like it screams like running to the like ice cream man to get like a snow cone. not an ice, like not a dreamsicle, but like my thing is I like snow cones. So like a snow cone, it smells like getting a varsity orange freeze from the Varsity. If you're from Atlanta, you know what that is. It's just really nice. It's a gourmand that I think works. So yeah. And then and then there are these three. If you guys did not know, I'm on TYB. It's an app where you can complete tasks to earn coins that you can then redeem for product. That's how I got Pear Jam. I literally just got this in the mail today. It smells lovely. It smells a little bit like a grandma. I think all of Net Scents, because I did get the Discovery set as well. Leaned into smelling a little grandma-ish, but I think jam specifically, because I don't know what a pear smells like, but I think jam specifically, perfect way to describe this. It is very jammy, very sweet, very syrupy. So yeah. And then I'm also on Scapers, another influencer app. So one Friday they dropped like all 4 Kayali. These were limited time fragrances for a while. And I guess she re-released them as full size and at Sephora. So I got me 2 of the big ones. I got Capri in a bottle, lemon sugar, and then I got Maui in a bottle, sweet banana. I'm going to be honest. These 2 smell way too similar for me. They smell very similar, but I can also like smell the difference between them. But they're really nice. They're gourmands. Like I said, I was saying the Clementine Dream might be the most gourmand, but Kayali is known for having these sort of gourmand scents. So I can't necessarily say that one's the most gourmand, because these are really hitting you with like that full body, like lemon sugar cakiness. And this one's really hitting you with like that sort of banana, like banana pudding, but not like black people banana pudding, but like banana pudding of it all, like banana dessert, we'll say. So yes, been absolutely obsessing over all things fragrance, because I just really appreciate that the fragrance houses leaned into fruity scents this summer and not more of the gourmand, because I don't know, there's something about a fruity scent to me that it's really uplifting, especially like Judy, like bright fruity scents. It's really like uplifting. It's really like, for me in terms of aromatherapy, like very much like a mood boost. So yeah, been absolutely obsessed. Next up are recommendations. So I'm going to actually recommend 3 mocktails, ready to drink mocktails, believe it or not, that I've tried over the past couple of weeks. The first one, and I don't have them with me, so here's like videos of me sipping them. But the first one is Ish's Mojito, Ish. I've tried some Ish products before, specifically their wines. I had not tried any of their ready to drink mocktails, but they have them available at the YouTube Creator Collective event. Amazing. Really good. I need to get me some. The other thing, while I was at the Not a Typical Fest, I tried Per Se's Hibiscus Margarita, also really good. You're not getting a lot of that like tequila flavor. It's leaning more towards a juice, but still really good. And then my husband, he tasted Tom Holland's non-alcoholic beer brand called Bureau. So yes, Zendaya's future husband or current husband, because we don't know, he is completely sober. He has a non-alcoholic beer brand. So my husband tried the IPA and really loved it. So those are 3 ready to drink mocktails, non-alcoholic beverages that I think were really good. So that's what I'm recommending this month. And then the last thing is tea for treat. I didn't, outside of the obvious like perfume of it all, I can't really say there was a lot that I treated myself to. I will say, let me get the like low-hanging fruit out of the way. My husband treated me to a vacation for my birthday. We went to Disney and Universal. We went to the new park at Universal, Epic Universe. Really great park. I still have some thoughts. But that was really fun. It was just really nice getting to sort of mindlessly wander around. I will say it was hot in Florida. But it was really nice to sort of just mindlessly wander around, eat, get on rides. I had no problem getting on rides this time, which plot twist, because in 2021 and 2023, when I went to the different respective parks previously, I was sick as a dog after half of these rides. So being able to get in and off of these rides with very little issue was like really great. I think the Dramamine is what did it. But other things I've been treating myself to, being out in public. So a lot of agoraphobia came with COVID for me. And it's not that I don't like being outside, because I actually do like being outside, but being in crowds specifically can be a little bit overwhelming for me. And so the solution to that has always been wearing headphones when I'm out. But here's the thing, with the way the world works nowadays, you have to be on your P's and Q's. You have to be aware of your surrounding, and having headphones in, not a great way of doing that. So I've just been out and about doing things, no headphones. Went to Sephora twice, been to the mall a few times, no headphones in. I went grocery shopping for the first time, no headphones in. Well, headphones kind of in, kind of not in. But yeah, I've been treating myself to a healthy dose of being normal again, or whatever we want to consider normal. But yeah. So that's my report card, R-E-P-O-R-T. May, like I said, this was a stellar May. I think it was a beautiful way to end my 30th year of life. I think it was a beautiful way of entering the 31st year of my life. As I said, the Blooming Babe's birthday is also in the month of May. The Blooming Babe was technically a birthday gift to myself in 2018. And Instagram was really cute about like doing like a year in review for me. And so it was really beautiful to see the growth in content and confidence over the past year here at the Blooming Babe. And with that, there is just more to come. So stay tuned. And with that, until next time.